Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel, Abhinav here. So in this video, I'll demonstrate how to configure emails using SharePoint and Power Automate. The reason I need to demo this video as I have seen most of the people hardcode the subject and email body inside Power Automate flows. And as a result, if they need to update anything, then they have to edit this Power Automate flow and update the subject and email body inside this Power Automate flow. And also, they need to deploy this solution again and again to higher environments such as UAT and production. So this is very tedious and repetitive tasks and can be error prone. So in this video, I will show you how to get rid of this problem and will also showcase you two most important points. So first is how to configure recipients, subject and email body inside SharePoint list. And secondly, how to create a Power Automate flow which will send configurable email content to configurable recipients. And after doing these 2 points, just need to update configurable SharePoint list and your job is done. And we'll be using SharePoint as a backend, Power App as a front end, and Power Automate is used to send emails to configurable recipients. So let's check this video out. But first, my intro. Welcome back, friends. So first of all, I will tell you what all I will be covering in this video. So as you all know that email consists of recipients, subject and email body. In this video, I will show you how to configure recipients, subject and email content using a SharePoint list and how to create a Power Automate flow which will send configurable email content to configurable recipients. And in order to implement above mentioned points, we will be making use of three things: SharePoint, Power Apps, and Power Automate. In SharePoint, we will be getting few lists named email template and email transaction. In Power Apps, we will be making use of patch function for insertion and updation of data in required list. And in Power Automate, we will be making use of compose action, replace function, and switch case in order to achieve this desired output. In this video, I will take an example of project management system in which an approver has to approve or reject a project through a Power App form. So firstly, I will show you the running demo and then we will see how to configure emails through Power Automate. So let's jump into the video. So, so first of all, I will be creating one project, right? So in order to create a new project, you have to click on this add new button. As soon as you will click on this add new button, this screen will be popped up. So this is our first project. So let's give it a name as test project first. Give it a manager as Sakshi Srivastava. Country, give it Australia. This is a dummy data. So I will create a project. So as soon as you will create a project, what will happen? An email will be triggered to the manager that a project has been sent for review to approve or reject. So let's see. Once you create a project, so the project has been created successfully. So the email will be triggered to Sakshi Srivastava. So as you are seeing that this project has been assigned to Sakshi Srivastava. So now I will log in through Sakshi Srivastava. I am logged in with Sakshi Srivastava as of now. So as you are seeing that this email has been triggered just now, right? And what is the email content? Dear Sakshi Srivastava, the project this has been assigned to you for approval. Please click here to view and review the project. So once she clicks on this, so what will happen? It will open an approval form, right? So as you are seeing that these are the details that Abhinav has entered, and this is the approver section, right? So now Sakshi can either approve or reject. So let's approve this project. And if you are writing some comments, so let's write some comment. I am fine to approve. Go ahead. Now Sakshi will approve this project. So as soon as she will approve this project, so what will happen? An email will be triggered to Abhinav Srivastava, right, who is the owner or the creator of this project. The project has been approved. So now I am logged in with Abhinav Srivastava, right? So if you refresh this, then you will see that the status have been updated to approved, right? And an email will also be triggered in quite some time. Just refresh this. So now you are seeing that Abhinav has received an email. So let's open this mail. So it is written, Dear Abhinav Srivastava, the project has been approved. Click here to view the project. So once I click here, So this project has been approved, right? So this has been approved by Sakshi Srivastava. So the main agenda of this video is to showcase you how to configure the email content. So what I am talking about is that suppose if I open the Outlook of Abhinav Srivastava, so you are seeing that this is the email content that I received. Dear Abhinav Srivastava, the project this has been approved. Please click here to view the project, right? And if I open the email body of Sakshi Srivastava, so this is the email content. So this email content is configurable, and we will configure this email content through our Power Automate. It is not hard coded, right? So this is the main agenda of this video. So let's create one more project and then we will jump into the implementation part. So now we'll do the vice versa, means that Sakshi will create one project and assign the approver as Abhinav. I have used only two users here to demonstrate, Abhinav and Sakshi, right? Because I have got the license of these two users. Let's create one project. Give it the name as test project second. Assign the manager as Abhinav. Country as England. London. City Brisbane. Domain as IT. Now click on this create project. As soon as you will click on this create project, what will happen? An email will be triggered to Abhinav Srivastava. The project has been pending for your review. So kindly approve or reject. So as you are seeing, the status has been updated to pending. Now I will log in with Abhinav Srivastava and see that an email has been triggered or not. So this is Abhinav Srivastava. Just refresh this Outlook. So now the email has been arrived. Just open this mail. So now you are seeing that the content is Dear Abhinav Srivastava. The project this name this has been assigned to you for approval. Please click here to view and review the project. So as soon as Abhinav will click on this, so this approval section will be opened up and either he can approve or reject the project. So he can approve or reject the project from email also or from this dashboard also. If you refresh this dashboard, right? So as you are seeing that the status is pending, I can click here, right? Same form will be opened up. So I am logged in with Abhinav and now I am going to reject this project and I will enter few comments. I am rejecting this project because domain selected is incorrect. Now I will submit this. So what will happen? Again, an email will be triggered to the creator, in this case Sakshi Srivastava, that the project has been rejected. Now, as you are seeing, the status is rejected in this dashboard. Now I will logged in with Sakshi Srivastava. So I am logged in with Sakshi Srivastava. Just refresh this. This has been rejected. Just see that the email has been arrived or not. So now you are seeing that this email has been triggered to Sakshi Srivastava and the content is Dear Sakshi Srivastava. The project name this has been rejected and the reason for rejection has been domain selected is incorrect. If you still need further clarification, please contact Abhinav Srivastava. For more details, you can click here. So if you click here, then you will be navigated to the same form with proper rejection comments. So as I told you earlier, the agenda of this demo is to showcase you that this content is configurable as well as the recipients. So now will jump into the next part, that is the implementation part, and see how this all can be done. So as I told you earlier in my presentation that we will be using three things to achieve the desired output. First is SharePoint, second is Power Apps, and third is Power Automate. So first is SharePoint. In SharePoint, we have to create three lists in order to achieve this desired output. First is this company project list. This is basically used to store the information related to the project, like project ID, project name, manager, country, state, city, domain, status, and created by. So the second list is email underscore template. So this is the most important list that one has to consider. I will explain you about this list. This list consists of three columns: subject of the email, body of the email, and status type. Based on the status type, we will update the subject and the body of the email. Like if the status type is pending, then the subject will be this and the body will be this. So the most important point that one has to remember is that whatever fields are being changing, that has to be put in curly braces, like project ID, approver, project name, and click here. So if the status type is pending, then the subject will be project ID hyphen pending for approval, and the body will be dear approver. The project in curly braces project ID name in curly braces project name has been assigned to you for approval. Please click here to view and review the project. Kind regards, project management system. Right. And if we discuss about this second row, so if the status type is approved, then the subject will be project ID hyphen approved, and the body will be dear created user. It should be in curly braces. Then the project, this is in curly braces, project ID has been approved. Please click here to view the project. So you are seeing that whatever is changing, that has to be put in curly braces. And same goes for rejection also. If the status type is rejected, then the subject will be project ID hyphen rejected, and the body of the email will be dear in curly braces created user, your project in curly braces project ID named in curly braces project name has been rejected. The reason for rejection has been in curly braces comments of rejection. If you still need further clarification, please contact in curly braces approver. For more details in curly braces, click here. And then kind regards project management system. So this is the design or the architecture of this list. And it is the most important list to configure emails through Power Automate. And the third list is email underscore transaction. As the name suggests, all the details related to the email will be stored in this list. It consists of 6 or 7 columns like status type, project ID, project internal ID, project title, created user approver, and approval comments. So we will come to this list and see how the details will be stored in this list when we will work on the Power App as well as in the Power Automate. Now we will move to the Power Apps. This is our Power Apps. So as you are seeing that Power Apps contains tool screen, SC Project Dashboard and SC Create Project. In SC Project Dashboard, we are displaying all the projects that are there in our SharePoint list. And it creates a add new button as soon as you will click on this add new button. Right, this screen will be popped up. Right, it is this SC Create Project screen. So these are the fields that one has to fill while creating a project, and it also contains one approver section. So this approver section will be visible when the project will be created and to only those users for whom the project is pending for review, or who is the manager of that project. So let's see. Suppose if I take an example, if I run this application, then I am logged in with Abhinav Srivastava, and for this second project, Abhinav Srivastava is the manager, right? So if he opens this project, then he will be able to see this approver section. And the last point is that our Power Automate flow gets called when an approver clicks on this submit button or when we are creating a project by clicking on this create project button. And the Power Automate flow name is this org underscore send mail. This is a brief introduction of SharePoint, Power Apps, and Power Automate. So in this video, I will not do the coding step by step in Power Apps and will also not create a Power Automate flow from scratch, but will show you the implementation in details. That, that is how the data is getting stored in SharePoint, what type of code is written in Power Apps, and in Power Automate flow, what kind of functions and actions are being used. In order to start, we will create a new project and then we will see how these SharePoint, Power Apps, and Power Automate are being connected. So let's start. So this is our Power Apps. So in order to create a new project, I will run this application and click on this add new button. As soon as you will click on this add new button, so this screen will be popped up. Now enter few details related to this project. So this is my third project. So test project third. Keep the manager as Sakshi Srivastava because Sakshi has got the license of the Power Apps. Enter some dummy data. Now, once I click on this create project button, what will happen? Three things will happen. So this data will get saved into my company project list, and also all the details will be saved into one other list, that is email underscore transaction list, and an email will also be triggered. So let's see. So once I click on this create project button, so now, so this project has been created successfully. As you are seeing test project third, right? And the status is pending. First, we will look at the SharePoint. So in the backend, yeah, this is my company project list. Just refresh it and see the data has been inserted or not. So you are seeing that the data has been inserted. one row will also be inserted into this email underscore transaction, right? As you are seeing that this is the row. So this is the project ID and the status type is pending. So this row is inserted in this email underscore transaction. So created user is Abhinav Srivastava and approver is Sakshi Srivastava, right? And the third thing that will happen is that an email will also be triggered, and an email will be triggered to Sakshi Srivastava for review of this project. So now I will log in with Sakshi Srivastava. So I've opened the Outlook for Sakshi Srivastava, and you are seeing that Sakshi has received one email. Dear Sakshi Srivastava, the project this name test project head has been assigned to you for approval. Please click here to view and review the project. If so, as soon as you will click here, so this screen will be popped up. As you are seeing that these details have already been filled up, right? And this approver section is enabled for Sakshi to approve or reject this project. So we will come to this approver section a little later, but first we will see that what has happened behind the scenes when I click on this create project button. I mean to say this one. Okay, I will close this, and now we will look at the coding part. So you will click on this create project, SC create project, and just click here. So at the on select event of this, so I am writing a patch function in order to save the details into this company projects, that is this list, into this company project list. I will not go into the details of the code because already know how to write a patch function in order to insert the data into the SharePoint list, right? Just remember that for people picker control, we have to use this type of code. And the other most important thing is that I am inserting the data in email underscore transaction also by using this patch function. So what I click on this create project button, so the data has been inserted here, right? So I've simply written a patch function, right, for email transaction. Status type is pending, and created user and approver are people picker field. So you have to write this type of code, right, in order to get the data inserted into this list. So project created successfully. So this is all about the SharePoint, right? How the data is getting inserted into this company project list and into this email underscore transaction list. And simultaneously, an email has also been triggered. This email has been triggered via a flow. And the name of the flow is org underscore send mail. I will explain you the flow in detail. So let's open the flow. So I have already opened the flow in edit mode, right? And I have also opened the output of this flow. The first is when an item is created. So when an item is created in email underscore transaction list. So this is our email underscore transaction list. And as you are seeing that this item has been inserted just now and the status type is pending. So this flow has automatically been called. What it will do, it will fetch all the items from email underscore template where status type is pending, right? So this is our email underscore template and it will fetch this first row because status type is pending. Correct? As you are seeing that I have also opened the output for this. In the get items, you are seeing that this row has been fetched up. Correct? Now move to the next action. Section is also very important. URL. So I am framing the URL. So how the URL has been framed? Ahref is equal to this. So it is the application URL, and I have make use of the query string. The screen name that I have used is approval screen, and ID I am passing is the project internal ID, and status is pending. Approval screen parameter is coming from Power Apps, and this ID project internal ID is which ID? Is this ID, this one project internal ID that I am saving in this email underscore transaction list, and it is the same ID that is there in our company projects. This ID 51 that is saved in company project is being inserted in email underscore transaction and the name is project internal ID. Correct? Now move to the flow, right? And this status is pending and screen name is approval screen. So it is coming from Power Apps. So if in the Power Apps at the start screen, I am passing the parameter screen name, and the screen name for whom it is SC project dashboard and for approval screen it is SC create project one. And also see the output that what it is generating, right, simultaneously. So you are seeing that the output that is generating is this is our application URL and the screen name, as you are seeing, approval screen, ID is 51 and status is pending, and click here, right? This click here that you are seeing in this email, this URL has been designed like this. Correct? So this is the code for framing the URL, and this is the output that you are seeing here. So now come to the next action. The next action is mail subject. So I have used the variable name mail subject, and I am trying to fetch the subject from a SharePoint list. The SharePoint list is email underscore template. So this is the name of the column subject, and the value is project ID pending for approval. So it will be fetched like this. This is the variable, right? And I make use of this first function and this one. And same goes for mail body also. I am using this first function and the get items function in order to get the value of the body. Body basically means this one. Dear approver, the project this has been assigned to for you for approval. So now look at the output, right? So if you look at the output of the mail subject, you are seeing the project ID pending for approval, right? Has been assigned to this mail subject variable, and now move ahead, and in mail body, so this all this data has been extracted. So subject and body have been extracted and assigned to this variable mail subject and body. So next action is compose. So in this compose, what I am doing, I'm trying to replace this project ID, right, with the actual project ID, that is this one pro 51. So how it can be done? Yeah, so as you are seeing, yeah, just click here and go. This is my test flow, right? So in compose, what I have written, I make use of replace function. So as you are seeing, the replace consists of basically three parameters. So first parameter is a string in which the content is there, and the second parameter is which text needs to be replaced, and the third, it has to be replaced by which text. Okay, so now move to our flow, right? So here you are seeing that the string is mail subject. This is mail subject, and it consists of this value project ID pending for approval. The second parameter is this project ID, which is in curly braces, right? So as you are seeing that this project ID, which is in curly braces, so this has to be replaced with actual project ID, and actual project ID is coming in email underscore transaction, that is pro 51, correct? And you are seeing that this one, the third parameter triggers output body and project ID, correct? It is coming from this email underscore transaction, and here you are seeing the output. So this has been replaced by pro 51. The project ID, which is in curly braces, has been replaced by the actual project ID, and that is pro 51. Got it? Now move to the next action. Compose mail body replace project ID. So as you are seeing that in the body, we have got this project ID. So this also needs to be replaced. So replace has got three parameters. First is the string in which the text needs to be found, and second parameter what needs to be replaced, and the third parameter by whom it has to be replaced. So now if you see the output for this, so in the mail body you are seeing that this project ID, this one has been replaced by pro 51, right? Now move to the next action. Compose mail body replace, click here. So here in replace, what I am doing, I am taking this string. I mean to say the output of this string, because in this string the project ID has already been replaced by the actual project ID, right? Now I need to replace click here. Click here basically means this one. I need to replace click here with the URL, right? So this URL that we have framed. So let's see what it is there. And in replace, you are seeing that this is the string that is coming from above string, and this click here has been replaced by the URL, right? So what will be the output of this? Move down, compose mail body replace click here. So you are seeing that this click here, this one has been replaced with this URL. The screen name approval screen ID is equal to 51 and status is equal to pending. Now we will move to the next action. So next action is replace approver. Now we will replace the approver. As you are seeing that this is the approver, right? So this approver has to be replaced by the actual approver. So again, we will be using this replace. And this replace consists of the first parameter as the output of this string that we get from the above action, right? And the second parameter is approver, which is in curly braces, as you are seeing, right? And the third parameter is the actual approver name. The actual approval is Sakshi Srivastava, so it will be replaced. So if you see the output, compose mail body replace approver. Dear Sakshi Srivastava, right? In the above action, it is approver. Now in this action, it has been replaced with Sakshi Srivastava. Now we will move to the next action, that is created user. So in this created user, so as you are seeing, this created user needs to be replaced by the actual created user. It basically means that if you look at this email underscore template list, so in the first row there is no created user field, but in the second and the third row, this created user exists. So it basically means when the project is being approved or when the project is being rejected by the approver, then an email will be triggered to that user who has created the project, right? So before going into the detail of this action, first we need to either approve the project or reject the project. So now I will log in with Sakshi Srivastava. So I am already logged in with Sakshi Srivastava, and as you have seen earlier that an email has been triggered to Sakshi Srivastava to either approve or reject the project. So if I open this project, so now the approver section is visible. Now in this case I am going to reject the project and I need to enter some rejection comments. So city selected is incorrect. That's why I am rejecting this project. Click on submit button. So as soon as you will click on submit button, what will happen? So as you are seeing that the project has been rejected, so an email will be sent to the creator of the project. So who is the creator of this project? So Abhinav Srivastava is the creator of this project. So an email will be sent to Abhinav Srivastava that your project has been rejected. So just refresh this mail and I am seeing that this mail has been triggered. Let's open this mail. So what it is written, dear Abhinav Srivastava, your project name this has been rejected, and the reason for rejection has been city selected is incorrect. If you still need further clarification, then please contact Sakshi Srivastava, who is the approver for this project. For more details, click here. So as soon as I will click here, now I am able to see that why my project is being rejected. Comments that is mentioned is city selected is incorrect. Now we move to the flow and see what has happened behind the scenes. Just expand this. So what I am doing in this, I am again using that replace function. So replace function consists of three parameters. The first parameter is the output of the above string. I mean to say this one, compose mail body replace approver, and I am replacing the created user with the actual created user. It means that the actual created user for this is, so just refresh this email transaction also list because one row has been entered here, right? So you are seeing that the status type is rejected, and for this the created user is Abhinav Srivastava and the approval comment is city is selected is incorrect. Now if we see the output of this flow, so you are seeing that in this replace created user, so dear Abhinav Srivastava, your project name this has been rejected, right? So as you are seeing in this email template, so for rejection, so we will be using this row, project ID rejected, dear, and this created user has been replaced by the actual created user. Hope it is clear. So now we will move to the next action, and the next action is the last action. Compose final email body, replace project title. So you are seeing in this email template, this project name is the project title. So this also needs to be replaced with the actual project name, right? So the actual project name has been inserted in email underscore transaction and in this column project title. So the project title is test project third. So let's see in the flow what I have written. So again, I make use of this replace function. Replace function, the first parameter is the output of this compose mail body replace created user, and the second parameter is project name that needs to be replaced, and the third parameter is project title. Right? It has to be replaced with project title. Project title is this one. As project third. So now we will see the output of this replace project title. So your project name this. So you are seeing that this project name has been replaced by the actual project name. Correct? And same is there in the email. Now we will move to the last action and that is the switch one. So based on the status type, this case will be called. So as you are seeing that in the first case when the status type is pending, so this action has been called and approver has received an email, right? As you are seeing, this is the approver email in the two, and this is the subject, compose mail subject, which I have already shown you. This one pending for approval. right? And this is the compose final mail body. So first, this email has been triggered, and this email has been triggered to Sakshi Srivastava that this project has been assigned to you for approval. And please click here to view and review the project. So for this email to be triggered, so the flow has entered into this branch, correct? Because the status type was pending in the first case. And after the approver has approved or rejected the project, so based on the status type, the concerned branch will be called. So in this case, it is rejected. So in this case, this will be called. So as you are seeing that I have framed the final mail body, but the rejection comments has not been replaced. So here I am replacing the rejection comments. And the logic is same. That so I am making use of replace function, which consists of three parameters. The first parameter is the output of this final mail body, and the second parameter is comments of rejection. So as you are seeing, so in the third row you are seeing that the reason for rejection has been this comments of rejection. So this comments of rejection will be replaced by the actual comments of rejection. And the third parameter is this approval comments, and this approval comments is coming from email underscore transaction, right? City selected is incorrect. So finally this comments of rejection has been replaced by this approval comment. City selected is incorrect, and same has been shown in the email as you are seeing. The reason for rejection has been city selected is incorrect, and in the flow this branch has been called, correct? If you look at the output of this flow, then you will see in the switch case, in this case, this branch has been called, right? And it is replacing the comments of rejection. The reason for rejection has been city selected is incorrect. And finally, an email will be triggered to the created user. So this is the created user Abhinav Srivastava, and this is the subject, and this is the body of the email. So hope it is clear. If you remember in the introductory part of the video, I have told you that if you need to update anything in the email content like subject and email body, then you just need to update it in configurable SharePoint list without editing this Power Automate flow, and your job is done. So let's see how to do that. So this is our configurable SharePoint list email underscore template. So now I'll be updating the subject and body in this list, and we'll have a look that how it will be affected in our email. So let's update this. So suppose for the first row, yeah, instead of writing this pending for approval, I'll be writing approval required for hyphen. So I've updated the subject to approval required for hyphen project ID. And let's also update the body. So let's update, please click here to review the project and provide your approval. Let's save it. So now this email template has been updated. So now I will create one project and we'll see that the approver receive which kind of email content. So let's do that. I am logged in with Abhinav Srivastava, and now I am going to create a new project. So let's give it a name as test project 4. Choose the manager as Sakshi Srivastava. Country you can choose as England, London, city as Brisbane or Camden, a domain as travel. Now I'm going to create a project. So as soon as I will create a project, so an email will be triggered to the approver that the project has been created and it is pending for your approval. So remember that I have updated the subject and body. So now I am logged in with Sakshi Srivastava. So let's refresh this mail. An email will be triggered to Sakshi Srivastava. So now the email has been triggered. So if you open this mail, then you will be able to find the subject is approval required for this project ID. Dear Sakshi Srivastava, the project this, name this has been assigned to you for approval. Please click here to review the project and provide your approval. So you are seeing that the subject and the body has been updated by just updating the configurable SharePoint list. And this completes the video. This is all about configuration of emails using SharePoint and Power Automate. So if you like this video, then please do like, share, comment and subscribe. And thanks for watching this video and have a great day ahead.